guys, welcome back to Action Brothers Outdoors, and welcome to the first episode of our How to Get Started Trapping series. This series has been a long time in coming. I've been planning this for literally a couple of years. And now we've got our own studio here, we've got all of our channel equipment is updated, so we're ready to jump right into this. When I was trying to get started trapping, I didn't know anything. I had a mentor that was fairly after I get started trapping. I finally found a trapper near us that could mentor us. But before that, and even sometime after that, I couldn't find the answers that I needed. I would be spending long periods of time on YouTube looking for trapping videos to answer my questions. What I needed to get started trapping, sets, how I should rig my traps, what kind of traps I should use. I mean, I had 1,000 questions that I needed answered, and I would spend hours, like I said, looking for videos how to do it, and I could not find any videos that would answer my questions. So that's what I'm hoping to do by this series here. I've been trapping for going on 5 years now, and I feel like I've learned a lot. I've watched all of Mark June's DVDs. If that's what you need to get started trapping, is purchase Mark June's DVDs, trapping DVDs. They are the best on the market, period. You will learn more from them than I guarantee you 10 other ones you're going to buy. And they're cheaper than most other ones on the market. And they're fast-paced, they're fun to watch, they're easy to learn from, and if you take what you learn off those DVDs and apply it, you will be successful. But by this series, not everybody will buy trapping DVDs, so by this series I'm hoping to teach anybody that is interested in getting started trapping everything they need to know, from getting their equipment to the sets you need to know, sets, locations, bait and lure, your equipment, what you need to carry it in, I'll have videos for each specific animal, how you need to rig your traps. The whole 9 yards. And if I leave anything out of the videos any questions that you'd like to answer, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do a video answering your questions. So, what do I need to get started trapping? Now, this is for land animals. We don't have beaver, muskrat, nutria, that type of stuff in our portion of Texas, so this is what you need to get started trapping, and we'll jump right into this. So, first you're going to need a trapping hammer. Now this one, you can't get this one from any trapping supply store. This one I had custom made for me this year, and all it is, we've got a 3-pound sledgehammer with our AR-500 steel wedge on the back for digging our trap beds. Then we've got our stainless steel handle here, reinforced interiorly with steel tubing. And then we've got a blade on the end, our digging trowel on the end. And this one had custom made for me by String Change Strap-on Modifications. And getting started, you don't have to have a custom hammer made. You can get, there's a lot of good trapping hammers out there, like the Sodbuster, the Coal Creek trapping hammer, and the 3-in-1 tool. You can get all those from either North American Trapper or Southern Snares and Supply. But this one, our ground is so hard that I've been tearing up trapping hammers, trying to dig in at pound stakes, the whole 9 yards. So this one I had custom made for me. This was like 3 hammers down the line. I finally decided I'm just going to get a custom one made and save money in the long run. So get yourself a good trapping hammer. Like I said, all those ones that I just mentioned you can get from either North American Trapper or Southern Snares and Supply. Now we've got here is our earth anchor driver. Now we're going to be talking about earth anchors, chain systems in a separate video. We're going to dedicate an entire video to that. But as far as your equipment goes, you're going to need a good earth anchor driver. Don't go with rebar stakes. You will have a lot of heartache if you use rebar. Every single season that I've used rebar stakes, I lost animals. That simple. you go with earth anchors the first time and you will be much happier. They're lighter, they're easier to transport, they hold better. They're the best option on the market. So this is a heavy duty heat treated earth anchor driver from Southern Snares and Supply. This is one of the more pricey ones. You can get some other ones that are a little bit cheaper, but this one has been holding up good for me, so this is what I'm going to be running with. And I recommend using the MB Super Stakes on chain. That's what works best for me. But if you have a lot of soft ground, you have a lot of rainfall, you're operating on a lot of plowed ground, I would recommend something like either the ground talent earth anchors from North American Trapper or the Wolf Fang earth anchors from Wolf Creek Products. Those hold better in your soft ground. Now you're going to need something for digging your dirt holes and retrieving your earth anchors, and that's where a drill and auger comes in really handy. You can get these augers. I've got an 1.5 inch auger and a 2-inch auger from Southern Snares and Supply, and got this from their performance line of products, and these are going to really make your day a lot faster out on the trap line. You can punch in your dirt holes real fast and easy, and they're easy to retrieve earth anchors with. But if you don't have a drill, you can use, like if you have like the groundhog has a trowel on the end, just like my custom made trapping hammer out here does, or you can just get a dirt hole punch or something along that line, which will be a little bit cheaper, but you're going to be a lot happier going with the drill, I think. Drill and auger. I use a DeWalt 20-volt drill, and that works very well. And I mean, most of them new cost about $250, and yeah, that's a lot of money. But what I found is if you go on eBay, you can a lot of times out of 10, you can find brand new ones on sale for about $100. That's what I did, and I'm very happy with mine. So I recommend a drill and auger. That will speed your day up, and when you're making sets, that's what you want to do. You want to be in and out. You don't want to be spending a lot of time there. So all the equipment that I use is designed to help me get in and out fast. Next, you're going to need a sifter. This is going to be one of your most important pieces of equipment. This keeps dirt and rocks and all that other gunk out of your trap bed that will either, a lot of times, if you get that stuff on your trap pattern, one, you won't be able to get your trap bedded good. Two, it might hold the jaws open. If an animal steps on that trap and if it goes up, a rock or a stick gets caught in the jaws, I've had that happen, and the animal runs away. Or, something falls over the top of the pan that you don't notice and deters the animal's foot from your pan. So you want a good sifter. These things are very important. I have a lot of gravel in my area, so I use one that has smaller diameter holes in it, so it doesn't let all that gunk through. I used to use the F&T Lifetime Sifter, and that was from one of my control bait and lure. You can get them from there, and you're not going to tear it up. They work very well, but the expanded metal in the bottom was so large that it was letting a lot of rocks through, and I missed a couple animals. So I upgraded to this one, which is just better for my area. So if you have a lot of rocks and gravel, adjust what sifter you buy accordingly. And also, this guy is almost indispensable in my opinion. This is a little whisk broom. Actually, it's made from a beekeeping brush, but I just chopped it in half. Got me a nice little perfect size whisk broom here. And this, use this for finding your pan once you bedded your trap. You use for duffing in your sets. Make it all, get all that nice dry topsoil over your trap. To make sure it all looks perfectly natural. If you use one of these, your catches will go up. So that's practically what you need to get started. You also need pan covers. Now, some people clearly don't have to use pan covers, but I did a test actually on video a couple years ago where I took 3 exact same kind of traps, bedded them in the exact same area, and used one. I used pan paint covers with, one I use underalls with using polyfill, and one I use nothing with. I just use a trapper's cap to keep the dirt out from under the pan while I was bedding it. Took the trapper's cap off, sifted my dirt over, and then I left it for about a week or two, maybe 10 days. And you know, every once in a while I'd spray them with the ground right there with water to simulate a rain. And the pan covers beat every one of those by a long shot. So pan covers are going to be your best bet, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, you can buy some from tractor suppliers that are kind of pricey, but what I do is I use landscaping fabric. I'll just take a big, you know, you get like a 75 square foot roll for $5. You can make a lot of pan covers out of that. And what I do, I'll just find out the jaw spread of my trap, whatever kind of trap I'm using, and cut a pan cover that's about the same size as the jaw spread. And I mean, I'll pre-cut a lot of them before the season and let them air out before the season for a week or two, and that'll get any scent that's in them out. So that's what I do. You can also use wax paper, which is pretty cheap, but I like the landscaping fabric better because it's easier to use, and it helps. In my opinion, it holds out dirt better. It doesn't go to tissue paper when it gets wet, and oftentimes are reusable. And one other thing I do not want to miss is what kind of trapping tote you use, what you use to carry around your equipment. Now you want that to be separate from your bait and lure, so you don't get, you know, sticky bait and lure all over your equipment. And also you want it to be easily accessible and fast. I recommend you can Southern Snares and Black here is a good trapping tote that I'd really like to have, but it's a bit too expensive for me. They run about $80, and if you're on a budget, you know, that's not always very, you know, not everybody can afford those. So if you can't afford a good one like that, the Southern Snares Black Aries, you can go on eBay, I found, or someplace like, I really like the ones from Menards, and you just get a tool bag. I like to get mine at the bare minimum 20 inches long, so I can fit my driver, my augers, and my hammer into it. I like something more like 24 to 30 inches. That's easily accessible. You can just throw all your equipment in there, you can get back out when you need it, use it, and throw it back in. You're not trying to adjust everything, make sure everything fits. Mark June, who's a very good trapper from Lavernia, Texas, you've probably heard of him before. He's no joke, like I've said 1,000 times on this channel, but he has a trapping academy. That's one of the things he always stresses to his students is use your right trapping bag to carry your stuff. So it's very easy and fast. Like he told me, he was talking to a guy that works on the big hot lines, you know. If you touch the wrong thing at the wrong time, you're working on that, you can get yourself electrocuted. So he was talking to him about getting the right kind of trapping tote, and the guy was like, I don't think it's that important. He's like, hey, do you carry a lot of tools when you go up there working on the high lines? And he said, yes. He said, you have them adjusted, you know, so you know what. He's like, oh yeah, you gotta know exactly which one's where without even looking, because if you grab the wrong something, you might electrocute yourself. It's like, exactly, that's the way it is with trapping. You gotta know exactly where everything is and be able to get in and out fast. So get a good trapping tote and keep your bait and lure separate from it. So we're going to have a lot more videos, some on traps, some on chain rigs and earth anchors, and how to treat your traps, bait and lure and that kind of stuff, how to store that, how to store your traps off season, how to make sets, your locations, videos on, like I said earlier, on the certain animals, ones for coyotes, bobcats, fox. One of the most viewed videos is up to like 10,000 views now. I did back in 2019 was how to get bobcat trapping for beginners. So I'll probably do another one of those and update all the stuff, because I've learned a lot since then. So, and also get some good trapping DVDs. I've got all of Mark June's, and I've watched Glenn Witchy, who is the owner of Wolf Creek Products. I watched his DVD, his burger trapping DVD, and I learned a lot from all of those. And you take the information, like I said, take the information you learn from those, you will be successful, even if you never trap before. Take it, apply it, be persistent, have faith in it, you will be successful.